Shannon, you're first. I'll get to replying to your comment after my live. Randy is second. Huh, wonder how that could be. My live. Whoops, hey, let me shut this down. There you go. It's a rare occasion you get to be first. Are you that slow or what? Snake Boy, what's up? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Ken? I am going to look up what's up, Joe? Jays, what's up? Which video are you talking about, Ken? I saw your camping one. Steve's in here. So we got 9 people in here. I'll probably tell this story more than once, but some of you know. Steve knows. Joe knows, I think. You were the Auburn fisherman. Got you. Yeah, I remember you. But Friday I went fishing with charter boat, and then Saturday one of my YouTubing buddies, King Slew, I dropped his link there. What's up, Bud Files, Gray Wolf? He had been wanting me to do a roof for him for a while. He had a bunch of prep work to do for it, and he finally got it ready for last Saturday. So I went out there Saturday to help him. I rolled the metal for the roof and helped him put it up. 82-year-old man, and we got almost done before he fell off the roof, and he busted himself up bad. Got hauled off in an ambulance, and the life flight helicopter met the ambulance and took him to the Salem hospital. They were headed for Corvallis, but went to the Salem hospital instead. Not sure why. But he broke his right collarbone, right shoulder blade. His sternum was separated. Not completely separated, but was pulled apart some. And broke 2 places on his pelvis. So he was in pretty bad shape. Fell probably 12 or 13 feet. So what I would like everybody to do in here is go over to his channel. He's going to be down for about 6 weeks. If you could go over to his channel and give him some comments on his videos. He does great videos, and yeah, I'm sure he appreciates all the prayers that you can send. And it's pretty, I'm sure it's rough on him and his wife. She didn't see him go off. I didn't really see him go off, but I heard him hit, and that sound will be etched in my memory for quite a while. King Slew, I'll drop his channel link again. He's a fisherman out here in Newport, Oregon, that does a lot of fishing just by himself. Does great videos. So if you guys could go show him some love, subscribe to his channel. He's not really doing YouTube for the money, though. He's doing it more so he can just go back and watch him later. But leave him a comment. He would love that. And tell him that I sent you over there. We got his roof done for him after he was hauled off. Got that all done. So appreciate it, guys. Gonna see if we can get him. I don't even know how many subscribers he has, but I'm gonna see if we can get him a bunch of comments on his channel so that when he gets back, he can have a lot to read. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you in here, and Bobby, and Ashley. Oh, I know, man. I felt so bad. I felt so bad for that man. He called me up, though, Sunday. About 5 o'clock Sunday evening, he called me up. And he sounded like he was just like normal. Must be on pain meds or something, because I know good and well he's going to be sore for a long time. Bobby, I wasn't panting that bad. Tyler, if you're still in here, if you would go up to the link that I dropped there for King Slew and at least leave a comment on his channel that says that give him some well wishes. He fell off a roof Saturday and broke himself up pretty bad. I was there helping him on the roof, and yeah, it was not good. What's up, Coupon Girl? Thanks for coming in. Or Gail, I mean. Gail's Southern Living. That's another channel for her. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, Derek. Welcome in. Do you know, Derek, do you know King Slew? He really had no business up on the roof, to be honest with you, but you can't tell him to get down. It's his own roof, you know? Just from the channel, yeah. Yeah. I've learned to know him a little bit more than just the channel, just because he called me about this roof. What's up, Gina? Good to see you in here. What's up, Creel? Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be in pain for a few weeks. Appreciate it, Creel. Yeah, Jerry. Yep. 82 years old. He was up on the roof and fell about 12, 13 feet, something like that. He broke his right collarbone, right shoulder blade. His sternum isn't broken, but it separated some. And 2 places in his pelvis. It could have been a ton worse, though. I mean, he could have broke his back. He could have broke his neck. None of that happened. But yeah, he's going to be in pain for a while. That's for sure. I have not had a lot of trolls lately. Now that I say that, I'll probably get a whole bunch in here. Derek, he is a tough old man. There is no question about that. He's a tough one, but he's also at the age where it could go either way. He could have gone home, Ottercat, but they didn't think he could handle the stairs at his house, so they're keeping him in a rehab center up close to the hospital. But Steve, he fell out of a tree last fall, I think it was. He didn't really fall. He he does the tree climbing, tree trimming, whatever. And his spurs spun out and he rattled down the tree against his ribs for about 15 or 20 feet. Got himself raked on the ribs pretty hard. My haircut scares troll. Yeah, Tyler, we are. I'm just trying to get a whole bunch of comments on his videos, so that when he gets back to his channel and sees it, he's got something to look for. That's awesome, Tyler. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to text Justin again and tell him to get over here. Hey, I am also going to drop the link for somebody to come up, because I don't need to be up here all by myself either. So there you go. There's the link. Let me go pin that. You had to set your live to subscribers only. Well, there's nothing wrong with that either. Yeah, I know. He's a tough one, man. He's a real tough one. He's like a cat. He got 9 lives or something. All right. Got it. That's awesome, Tyler. He's actually very, very interesting to watch fish, because his history is he worked on the charter boats as a deckhand. He bought his own commercial fishing boat, went out fishing commercially. He did construction, and I'm not sure what else he did, but so he knows a lot about the ocean, and he goes out there in his 18-foot boat and does his thing. Doesn't want to be around anyone else when he's out there. He said he has his year. He's had his years of helping other people fish and watching their enjoyment and all that, and he liked it when he did it, but now he does it now just to get out and get away from people. So yeah, I bet too, Bobby. That's that whole motorcycle thing that's a nasty situation if you lay one of them over. Derek, his boat is awesome. He was going to take us out Saturday evening after we got the roof done on his boat and try. I don't know what we were going to try for, whether it was bottom fish or salmon. I don't know, but he acted like he was going to take us out, but obviously that never happened. I don't know if I would have anyway because it was 4 o'clock till we got the roof done. All right, Tyler, I appreciate it. Somebody can come up and chat. Have a good evening, Tyler. I appreciate it. So the other thing that happened this weekend, I say this weekend, Friday, Steve from Wyoming and me and Ed or Martin Lawrence. I always say it backwards. Lawrence Martin that comes in here sometimes. Went on a charter boat for free. And all that we had to do is me and Steve had to make videos of the charter trip. And we also got invited by the owner of the boat that he gave us a business card, Steve and I, and told us that we are welcome on his boat whenever we want to. He said just give him a call or a text and tell him when we want to be there and we can come for free. So that's kind of cool. Get on a charter boat anytime we want. So that's really cool. What's up, Sandy? You gonna come up and talk to me? No one else will. Steve must be taking a nap because he's not in here anymore. Oh, wait, there he is. Talk about him. Here he comes. What was a nice move? I don't know if I'm going to be nice today or not, Sandy. I'm always nice. What hairbrush? I didn't even know I did it, Creel. Yeah, I ain't going to hit replay. What's up, Lee Wilder? Appreciate you being in here. Somebody's got to come up and chat. Got a good bunch of people up in here, though. Got some newer ones, some that aren't usually in here, as in Coupon Girl or Gail, I mean, and there was another one. Yeah, Shannon's always in here. She's just ask your wife what? Oh, when dinner's gonna be ready. Be available in 5 minutes. All right, that'll work. we're gonna make Team Steve and not Team Steve. Can't think what they call it now. The hashtags, we're gonna make them. We're gonna make them. What do they call that when they're top of the list? Awesome, Glenn. Not team. I know that one's not going to be at the top of the list. Hey, there wasn't anywhere to latch that camera onto on the boat, so I just had it on a tripod on the bow. Can somebody block Creel? He's not being nice. What's up, Miss Sandy?
There you go. Someone to talk to.
Yeah, there you go. Classic J, what's up? Oh, and just like that, Steve comes up.
He's going to say something from you.
All my fans are out there. Creel and Sandy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a good thing you have some.
How many people are actually on Team Steve? And how many people are on Team Earl?
I don't know.
Counting you, Sandy, I think there's 2.
No, there's a lot of us on Team Steve. We have this Steve and Stanley t-shirt the other day.
Oh, that's a good idea. Team Steve and Team Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all right, Derek. You can come up. It doesn't matter. Steve, how many subs did you get from Friday?
Gosh, I think like 12.
I went back and counted on all my shorts that I did that day, and I think I got 29 just from Friday. It was crazy. I got over 26,000 views in one day, or in 2 days. I mean,
I was like 15,000.
What's up, Brian?
But what's funny too, though, the video of us racing up the ramp.
Yeah,
you got like last I looked 6,000 views. I've got 400. I mean, it's identical to
400.
400.
Yeah, but it might
I
be
was waiting for one of you to stack it up that ramp.
Yeah,
I was leaning into it a little bit.
Yeah, shorts work, Classic J. Yes, they do.
Brian's in here.
Yeah.
What's up, Brian?
He was out there that day too, on Friday. I think he was.
Oh,
out on the charter boat.
He was on iFish. He was out fishing. He did good. He said he got 68,000 on one.
Yeah.
But I wonder what makes a difference for the one that you got to mine.
I wonder if it's the hashtags, because I put 3 hashtags in the title and 3 in the description, and then
hashtags or the ats. I think it was ats.
The hashtags.
I don't know. Let me see.
You were chumming? Come on now, Brian. What's up, Derek?
Oh, Derek.
Hello. I guess I need to move because of the sun.
If you put your head right there, you can see you.
Usually my head is what provides a bright, shiny spot.
You're glowing.
I'll be the angel. I'll be the angel. There's my halo. Okay, guys? The sun will be down in a minute. So, Earl, I was signing on kind of late, and you mentioned somebody fell off a roof, and I didn't know who it was. I said prayers, then you mentioned it was King.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that guy shouldn't have been on a roof.
Yeah, no kidding. But
you can't tell him not to do it.
Yeah, how am I going to tell him not to? He's as bullheaded as Steve.
You use words, Earl. They're the first things that you need to do.
But what?
Use words like no and get
Oh,
down.
the run up the ramp. Steve, I got to say, he got you, but you're right. You're what, 20 years older than him?
Yeah, a little more than that.
He's like 30 years older than I am.
25, actually.
Well, I got to say, he did pretty good. He didn't pass out because I would have.
I think
No,
we
I
should
was
have
at a
gone
ramp.
a long distance. I really thought I could beat him going up to the ramp, you know. But I think we should have gone like a marathon around the parking lot, which is by about a mile. I think I could have got him then.
I passed
You
out just
might
watching
have.
him. It was
What's
ugly.
up, Fluff and Stuff?
Hello, Fluff.
I've walked up and down that ramp a lot, and it wears me out just walking back to the truck.
For my work, I walk a lot. I don't run a lot, but I do walk a lot.
And you reckon you'll still beat me in a race?
Oh, I know I'd beat you.
I don't even think so. I run around kids all day. I've trained for this.
So how can we do this?
We all have to get together.
Yeah.
I don't think we can do it on
The thing is, Sandy, you are at sea level, so your lungs are not built up.
Oh, whatever, mate. You use that bloody excuse because that's all it is.
That means a lot.
Old and you don't want to lose.
That means a lot because I was in Denver last week and I went to walk around the block a couple times. Oh, my lands. I had no idea that it was 5,500 feet I was at.
Yeah.
Compared
it makes
to Eugene.
a huge difference.
Yeah, Eugene's like 600 feet. I felt it.
Baggy britches. Oh, my God. I thought the same thing watching that fishing video. I was like, oh, you've got a belt and you don't even know how to use it.
Ouch.
Hey, Bobby.
Howdy.
I was just saying what I was thinking.
And who said something about a haircut earlier? What's the deal with giving him crap about his haircut? I mean, at least he has hair.
At least I cut it. Look at Bobby's.
Whoa, careful. Oh, my gosh.
My teenage son came out the other day and asked me to cut his hair, but he wanted a mullet where it's like really long and really short at the top and then really long at the back. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
What do they call that? What do they call
a mullet?
that? Yeah, but they have some kind of a funny slang for it. Party in the front, something like that.
It's
Business in the front, party in the
Business
back.
in the front, party at the back.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not giving my teenage son one of those haircuts.
So, Derek,
Sir.
the reason they're giving me all that about haircut is because they're teasing me about being Amish. Creel wants me to send him the bowl that I used to cut my hair with.
That was in last week's live.
So when did I miss the Amish video? I'm sorry.
That was the intro. That
every
was
one of
longer.
All of them.
I've
They're
seen
all
you haul your boat
heaters.
before. I've seen you haul your boat before, and there wasn't horses involved. So help me out here.
I'm Mennonite. I'm not Amish, but
Okay,
they always tease me about being Amish.
Okay, all right. I'm a Christian. I don't know if you want to kick me out now or not.
No, that's fine. You can be whatever you are, but
I like to fish.
so-
That's what matters.
what brought up the Amish thing was I used to have for my picture on my channel me in a black hat that looked, and that was kind of the point, to look Amish. But I commented on one of Small Water Charter's videos, and he thought for sure I was an Amishman. Anyway, that's what got it all started. Anyway,
As long as we all like fishing and crabbing, that's all.
oh
that matters.
yeah. I went crabbing with Joe, Heidi and Joe. You know, you ever see that? He's in here now, I think.
Well,
Make
there
a
you
comment, Joe.
Yeah, drop a link. I don't know who that is.
It's a wooden bowl.
He was out there when me and Steve got off the charter boat, and I was waiting around for him to come up and say hi, because I was going to give him a decal. After a while, I finally texted him. I said, "Where are you at?" And he said, "I'm out here in Bay crabbing." I was like, "Well, I thought you were going to be up here." He goes, "Well, you on a boat ride?" I said, "Sure, I don't care." So I went out crabbing with him. We got 38 crabs.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, there were some big ones in there too.
They're getting more full too.
Yeah, decent.
Mhm.
Some of them, there would have been one or two of those that I would have probably tossed back, but I'm not bashing anyone at all for keeping them. I mean, it's legal. There he is, Heidi and Joe.
Yeah, when we went on that charter boat on Friday, they put out 20 pots, Earl?
20 pots out,
20
yeah.
pots.
Wow.
And we'll both have a video of that here pretty soon. But those,
Sup, Ash?
what do you think were in each one of those pots? 30?
There's probably at least 30, probably 50.
Yeah. I don't know how many dozen they got out of there, but out of those 20 pots, I mean, it's just, they were
They
massive.
got 107. They got 107 keepers, but there was a ton of females in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have a bag limit on crabs? Or is
12
it like
per
one of those
person.
basket things that we saw?
12.
12 per person.
12 papers.
Last time I crabbed out of a charter, the crab davit broke, and so we had to pull them by hand.
They had to pull them by hand that day too.
And it
But
was
they had a crab
jellyfish.
davit, though.
It was a
Yeah,
jellyfish
they
day.
What's that?
Anyway.
Well, the power davit broke,
Yeah.
and we had pulled them by hand, and it was a day there was a lot of jellyfish.
Oh yeah.
So the
Oh,
rope,
yeah.
That sounds fun.
the
Yeah.
rope was just stinging us. It was horrible. It was a bad trip. It did affect my tip that I gave the captain.
Probably. We had Captain Mike on Brad's boat.
Creel, you're going to put it on your,
What's that?
Creel says he's going to put a engraved Team Steve on his fireplace.
Why not Team Stanley? That doesn't make any sense.
Steve, I earlier I just finished a video of Flat Top King. I got done cooking for a bunch of people this weekend out here.
Ah, cool.
And I did a bunch of cooks that I learned from him. I had a great time.
All right, Ashley. Have a good night.
See you, Ashley.
Not Ashley.
Bye, Ashley.
Night, Gail.
I think I gained weight just starting to watch his channel.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. He's a kid.
Night, Gail.
So, Sandy, are you cooking or eating something, or maybe you're drinking brandy again? Is that why you're not up? Oh, there
No,
you are.
I had like an eyelash in my eye, and no one needed to see me dig my eyeball out.
What's
Oh,
up?
I thought she was
Justin?
winking at me.
Justin, I need you to do something for me.
Who?
Justin, the Iowa Trapper.
Send me that pretty little skunk he's got.
I
Smuggle
know.
it in.
That's cute, isn't he?
He does have a pretty little skunk.
Night
I got
coupon, yeah.
skunk stickers. Where are they? They're over there.
I got a new laptop. I don't know how to use it here. I didn't know I could turn camera on and off like that.
I don't know how to do that either.
It's easy. It's easy, Justin.
Down the bottom. It says stop.
Yeah, no,
camera,
I found the button by accident.
mute. Just make sure you got a pretty picture
Ah,
for people.
there it
to look
is.
at.
That's what I got.
There, that link for King Slew, Justin. Go over and make a comment on his video and tell him that I sent you over there to him. I was helping him on a roof Saturday, and he fell off the roof and broke himself up pretty bad. So I'm trying to send people his way to cheer him up. 82 years old.
Is he out of the hospital yet?
he broke a collarbone, a shoulder blade, sternum is cracked, and he broke 2 places on his pelvis.
Wow.
Insane.
And
Well,
it ruined the whole weekend. Just saying.
Sure.
I mean,
seriously. That was a bad joke, Earl.
Yeah, you couldn't go fishing.
it wasn't a joke. It was the truth.
You don't say stuff like that.
Well, it did ruin the whole weekend. It
You
about
should
made
get
us
your
sick
wife
to our
to come
stomach.
and click the back of your head for that comment.
It about
Wow.
made the guy that was with me. He was talking about it today too, and he said it honestly made him almost want to puke. I mean, it made him sick just thinking about it. And
Did he
it
pass out?
bothered me. It bothered me quite a bit, and then I went to bed, and then it really bothered me. I mean, you just run it over and over and over in your head, trying to get. Why didn't you make him get down? Well, it's not my roof. I can't tell him to get down. But anyway,
Was it
You ever
his
have
roof?
those?
yeah, it was his roof.
Hmm.
You ever have those YouTubers you watch and you religiously look for their weekly post or their daily post, and then they don't post anything for a while, and so you're searching and searching and searching, and you kind of get worried.
Yeah.
You're like, oh
Yeah.
man, I hope they're okay. And I've reached out to people, especially during COVID.
Yeah,
There was a lot of people that there was, probably 5 of these people that I communicate with and watch their videos, and 5 of them caught COVID and they were out for a long time. One of them passed away. It's a horrible thing to, like, we've created this relationship,
yeah.
and
I'd say, yeah, you really
if
wanna
Real
pick my-
doesn't post a Monday night video for 2 weeks, we're all going to be messaging him going, where the hell are you at? What's going on? Are you okay?
That's
And-
why
That's funny you say that too, because usually I come on here live, but I really look forward to this, not to being on here, but just watching it and
Yeah.
interacting with everybody. It's like we're all friends. We don't
Oh,
know
we
each
are.
other, but
I mean, I hope we are.
Yeah. And I've only
You
met
never
Jerry,
know.
or I've only
We're
met
Steve's pretend friends.
Yeah,
I've only met Jerry a few times down at the boat ramp and chatted, but he's down to earth and human, and,
oh yeah,
and great guy. My wife and I, when the first time I saw him, I was pulling up to the ramp, and I told my wife, I says, "Oh, I think that's King Slew over there," and she's like, "Who?" And I said, "Oh, just somebody I watch online." And then she followed. My wife pays attention to what I watch online and everything I'm doing, and then we met him a couple more times at the boat ramp and chatted, and just a down to earth guy. So whenever you don't see him posting videos for a while, you get a little nervous.
yeah,
80 years old.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Something at some point is
his
going to make us.
his grandson was there when he fell.
Oh,
Oh,
He came up, and he's like, "Oh, he'll be fine." I was like, he's 82 years old. I said, this could easily go either way.
And fast.
He's at the age where it could go either way. That was the worst thing. If it had been a young guy, you'd have slapped him on his noggin and told him to not be so stupid. But an old guy like that, he has a horrible potential to just be done.
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's what
you just
bothers
don't
me.
recuperate once you get a little bit older. Things take
Yeah,
take
exactly.
time too.
What's up, hand me down?
well, I'll be the first one to volunteer to take him out. If he doesn't want to take his boat out, I'll take him out, and he'll tell me what he wants to do, and I'll take him out fishing anytime.
Yeah, I would too.
Me too.
Men collectively, though, have an enormous amount of ability to ignore safety. Like a woman
'cause
will
we're
look at it
idiots.
and just go, no. And you lot will just go, I can do that. And you just get on with it. And you
Well,
just,
look, in
it's like your
fairness,
brain
in
ignores
fairness,
that danger sign going off in your
in
head.
fairness, it's a 50-50 shot. We either do it or we don't.
9 times out of 10, you'll do it.
That's why men don't live as long as women.
Stubborn and stupid. That's what we are.
Yeah, that's
And
That's Iowa. That's a bad deal too. But the other thing we thought of with this roof, he's been up there for the last 3 months on that roof by himself with only his wife at home, prepping that roof for metal, tearing off old plywood, putting new plywood on, putting new fascias on, getting it ready to go. If he would have fallen off when he was up there by himself, that would have been real bad.
Let's think of it. Let's think of the positive here. You're right.
Well, there's so much positive because he could have broke his back or his neck, and he'd have for sure been done.
Yep.
I mean, why didn't he break his back or neck?
Luck of the game.
Cats always land on their feet. So
he said he went off feet first. I didn't know how he went off, but I thought he landed flat on his side, but I don't know how he landed, to be honest with you.
How sometimes when you drop a cat, they land on their feet, and you're done buttering your toast, and you walk away, it falls. It always lands, butter side down. So I'm thinking about taking a cat and putting butter on the back of it, face side up. Let's see what happens.
What's up, Carl?
We're not testing that theory, dude.
I will film it. I'll film it.
When I was
going to try it on Earl Fest?
But it can't just be butter. You got to do peanut butter, regular butter, jelly.
Yeah. When I was a younger man, we were having the roof redone, and we had this huge big storm come through. So my wife and I and my neighbor were up on the top of the roof, and my son stapling down black plastic, sheets of plastic. And you know what that's like when it gets wet.
Yeah.
So it started raining. I had the ladder up in the front of the house, and I was on the gable end of side on the other side. And next thing I know, I slide, and I just go straight off the roof. And I don't know what's it, maybe 8 or 10 feet. And I actually landed on my feet and rolled. I didn't get hurt at all. So next, I walk back over and I climb up the ladder, and the three of them were up there going like, how'd you get down off the house? You didn't go down the ladder, but you're back up the ladder.
Where'd Steve go?
Yeah. So it was kind of fun. That was probably my 40s, so I was pretty agile back in those.
We don't get up
like we used to.
Yeah. I was like, I'm 31 and I don't get up like I used to.
What's up, Charlie?
I get up from tying my shoes and I sound like my granddad.
Yeah.
Well, tying fishing knots now is a tricky thing too. Trying to thread that line, trying to do my knots.
Yeah.
These don't help.
Excuses. Come on, man. Get your game going.
Not everybody is as young as you, Sandy.
Oh, heck off.
You ready for bed?
He's younger than I am.
I said
Holly might be a little younger.
He's complaining about bloody cracking like a glow stick. He's got no idea.
Hey, you're between an old person and a young person right now.
Oh, how did you do that, Earl? That's cool.
The young and the old.
It's like Hollywood Squares.
I know.
Yeah, let's see. Who would I be on Hollywood Squares? Who's a good?
I wanted to be that.
You're still between an old guy and a young guy.
Moderately old. Come on.
He's only moderately young too.
Yeah, 30s? No. You're 20 and you want to be, old. Now all of a sudden we're looking at our hands, they're all wrinkly, and we're only 40 when it happens. So enjoy your 30s while you can, man.
No, what happens is you get this right here when you get old. Well, let's see.
Hair?
Skin.
No,
my arm looks pretty much the same.
It's right here. Let's see.
Bruises.
Oh, you see that bruise?
Yeah.
I guess your skin gets old. I was out working on the boat today underneath it and doing a bunch of stuff, and I look and I said, how did I bruise myself?
You bruise easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and before I never bruised. I mean, you could hit me with a hammer and I wouldn't bruise. Now I do.
I bruise easy because I take a blood thinner.
No. I got hit by a pickup the other day and I didn't bruise. I don't know how.
See, I'd be out of commission. Not even
Do
gonna
tell.
lie.
Oh yeah, I was walking across the parking lot, and the guy was going to park his trailer, 8 o'clock in the morning, and he just decided to turn right into me. Because I was looking for a parking spot, I didn't see it. Well, luckily he hit me on my left side, and it still hurts now. It's been a week and a half. Hit me on my left side, knocked me down, and then my arm hit the light and scraped up my arm on this side. He didn't even know he hit me. He's a big 3/4 ton or 1 ton Dodge pickup, and if he would hit me head on, he would have just run over me and been gone. So
Wow.
lucky. He says, "Oh, sorry." Yeah, hope
Brady
so.
Bunch.
I knew you were okay, Steve.
You watched?
I like Cooler.
Do tell.
Was that
I was
right when you
gonna say,
the
is
top-
Earl?
No, it was me. It was me that hit him. What's up?
You're
What's
the
up,
one that hit me.
John? What's up, John?
He might have been second at the top of the ramp, but he was the first one to get hit.
That's right.
Hey, John, how's it going? We'll get some
I
laughter in here now.
still say Steve would have won that if he didn't have a camera in his hand.
I don't think he would have.
I'm
I would've-
surprised you
I would've-
jacket.
I'd have tripped him or something to get in.
But you know,
Oh,
You're
those-
saying that you can't win unless you cheat.
Yeah, no,
Did I cheat?
that's elder
Yeah.
abuse. You can't do that.
How did I cheat? I slipped
weren't holding
and
the camera.
almost fell. I was holding my phone in my shirt pocket. Does that count?
No.
no, Ed was holding your phone.
I was holding something in my shirt pocket. Must have been my pen.
That was your heart to see what your heartbeat was.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Dang.
Maybe
When
It
I
didn't-
first saw it, I was like, dang, he's that out of shape.
It didn't even go up.
Because you're dead inside.
Sandy,
She's
I
laughed
thought
on
you
that one.
asked me if I was going to be mean.
I have help.
Wide open on that
Up,
one.
Lawrence.
I'm holding back on these comments.
Oh,
Oh, my
Ed.
gosh. I
Hey,
thought I
I
was going
got-
to be a good.
I got
That was gonna
Team
be a nice
Earl
person.
here now.
Oh,
You're
come
one
on.
supporter.
Come on, Ed. He was there. I slipped you $5 to lie.
What's up, Uper?
Sir.
Hey, Huper.
Now, Lawrence. Does Lawrence have a channel I haven't seen here?
No, he's the administrator of the Facebook group Seabass Lingcod Halibut out of Newport, Oregon.
Okay.
He's the one that got me and Steve on the charter boat for free.
Nice.
You need
Pays
to
to have
work the
friends.
magic on the charter boat that's across the way.
Why
They
don't
get
you
some
go?
really nice. They go out to the big reefs offshore
Why don't you go with him?
because they're expensive, and I'm not paying that much money when I can just take my own boat.
What's
on there.
expensive there? What does it cost there?
I think to be on the boat, it would be half day is $320, and a
Rubles?
full day is around $500.
Is that Australian, American, rubles? What is that?
Australian. So if I convert that,
Yeah. So what's that in American dollars?
I don't know. Let me get 5 minutes, man. I'm not a machine.
I said rubles because I don't have a clue what your dollar is.
I think we not quite double it, but it's close. Let's have a look.
No, Ed, I did not tell him how you beat me.
Did you tell him how bad I beat you at fishing, Steve?
Not you.
I did too.
Where?
Not
How many did you catch?
How often did I fish?
As often as I did.
No.
Just about.
You exaggerate. Just about.
It was funny because we weren't there to fish. Me and Steve weren't. So about halfway through the bass fishing part of it, there wasn't much.
Starter me crew.
There wasn't much going on to video anymore. So I looked at Brad, who owns the boat, and I said, "Is it all right if I fish a little bit?" He's like, "Yeah, knock yourself out." So I grabbed a pole and dropped it down, caught one, dropped it down again. I'm fishing. Next thing I look over, and Steve's over there with a rod. He can't be outdone.
How many of those little fish did you catch, Earl? Those 6 inchers.
I don't know. I left that one on for a while, but I think I caught 2 or 3 of those little ones, but I caught 3 big keepers that we kept on the boat. What's up, Derek Becker?
Hey, Decker.
Decker.
Right,
Yeah.
conversions.
I tried to read at the same time I was looking at his name.
Okay, Sandy, let's hear it.
So a half day would be $2.20 American,
Okay.
and a full day is about $3.40.
Wow.
So an extra.
Yeah, that's rather cheap. Where I'm at, a half
Jeez.
day is anywhere between $400 and $700.
Oh, me back.
Yeah, that's pretty affordable. I mean, compared to here.
But then I'm not really traveling. I'm literally going to the other side of the island and off maybe 20 knots.
I'm 20 minutes from the ocean as well.
How many hours on the water to do a full day? I mean, is it 12 to 12 type of thing?
No. Full day is like 6 hours.
I would say
Oh,
here on the East Coast, it's only 8 hours for a full day.
Yeah, you're either fishing the dawn or dusk.
our tuna trip that we went with full day, we left at 6 and got back at 6.
Yeah, no, that's not a
And
full
that
day for
was
us.
dollar wise, that was only $500 US.
I mean, if
Yeah,
I
that's
wanted to
not bad.
stay if they're full days, it's 500. I'd be
What's up,
spending
Evan Stanley?
$1,000.
No,
To
the
go-
charter we went on is what, 90 or $95 for 5 hours,
Bloody
That
something
is
like that.
That's not bad.
That's a
That's
deal.
But you only get 5 fish plus 2
Yeah.
lingcod.
We'll go buy that at the grocery store, plus the
Well,
experience.
I
you get.
know, but I mean,
Yeah,
plus
the
you don't have
experience
the
you get.
experience. Yeah.
Hmm.
No,
And
I
that's
know.
the thing. If I went
Thanks,
out
Ed.
on a still day, I could take my own boat and stay out there all day.
Yeah, right.
It's only
Now,
the other side of the island. It's a 45-minute trip over to the reefs.
is that charter per person or for a party though?
Per
Because here where I'm at, here and down in the Outer Banks, North Carolina, it's usually per party. So you can have like 4 to 6 people, and you pay like somewhere between $400 and $700 for.
Yeah, no, that's per person, and then they have a max of 6 people on the boat.
There you go. Derek says 95 for 5 hours.
Oh, but
Yeah.
she says 6 on a boat. That's a 6-pack boat, we call it here. And they're definitely more expensive, depending on
Yeah, they
Look,
are.
halibut, and they're
This
probably
is
$350 for a halibut trip.
Mm.
this is a 16 people fishing off of this boat
Wow.
Yeah.
for
That's a
95
huge
bucks a
boat.
piece. Yeah, it's a 52 footer.
That's a
Did,
nice.
did you have good deckhands helping everybody?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah.
That's what I've learned is some of these trips you get people out there that have no clue what to do, and
Yeah.
every time there's fish on, the deckhand's busy helping people, and there's knots and there's tangles and
I
People-
think
one of the
we had-
deckhands was the owner of the boat, so that
Yeah.
was really nice.
Yeah. But I think we had a good group of fishermen too, because most of them knew what to do with the fish.
that means
There
a
was-
lot.
There
Yeah.
was
That makes a
2 old
difference.
ladies there that wouldn't have had a clue. There was a family, a mom and dad, and a 20-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy, probably. And that was the youngest kid on the boat. And the rest of them were a bunch of young men that knew what they were doing. One of them even had his own rod and gear.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, it was a lot of them knew what to do when they got fish.
Anytime I go on those trips, I bring my own knife, scissors, grippers. I
Yeah,
bring everything with me
Yeah.
Yeah.
because those guys are busy enough doing their own stuff. So if I can reel my fish up and not bother them,
yeah, right.
and also possibly help somebody else.
Yeah.
Some kid tried to lip a fish a while back. What the heck was he? Oh, he tried to lip a lingcod,
Oh my goodness.
and he had no idea. He was reaching in. I'm like, whoa, hey, time out. And the deckhand was on the other side of the boat. I could have not said anything and just watched the fun happen, but no, I'm like, hey, time out. But yeah, anytime I'll do a trip like that, I'll bring my own stuff so I can help myself. But if there's anybody else that needs help,
Yeah.
Do you want people on the boat that know what they're doing?
I
Yeah,
had to
it
do
makes
that
a lot of
recently.
difference.
makes it a lot more fun for the captain and everybody involved.
Yep.
But it's not just fishing. Like, yes, you can have people on a boat that know how to fish, and that's great. But you also want people on a boat that know their way around a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So if crab hits the fan, you've got backup.
Yep.
And there's
Yeah,
no
good
way
point.
I'm going 20 clicks offshore with someone that doesn't know their way around a boat.
What's a
Yes,
clip?
you do, Lawrence.
But speaking of lipping fish, last time I went fishing, there was a lady, I don't know, maybe 20 feet down the pier from me, and she caught a nice sea trout. And she went to
Oh,
put her
not the
finger-
fangs.
She went to put her finger in her mouth. I was like, whoa, don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on.
I had an experience with those a few years ago. If you guys haven't looked them up yet, actually, those things have fangs like a snake.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, those link auto clamp down on you too. You got to be careful of that.
Derek and everyone in here, you will want to watch next week's video.
Did you do something
Guaranteed.
stupid?
I did not.
It's the finger pinch.
No. Oh, speaking of finger pinch,
Steve, how you doing? You got AARP kicking in or what?
when I went out with Joe and Heidi on their boat, one of the first great big 7-inch crabs that came in, Heidi got her finger all the way back in that claw, and that thing latched on. I mean, like serious latched.
You know, I still rather deal with a larger crab when it comes to that than a smaller crab, because a smaller crab will cut right through you.
Well, I think it would have cut through her finger too if she would have yanked it out. She
I
just
think
left.
it depends on your crabs. Because if I had even the tip in a mud crab, an Aussie mud crab, you'd lose
Oh, those
it.
things,
They're not even
yeah,
gonna
those
hit
things
you.
are horrible. And our
Like, I
red
look
rock
at
are
Earl's
similar to
crabs
those.
that he brings up, and you guys are just manhandling them, and I was like, I wouldn't even try that with an Aussie mud crab.
Yeah, you can't do that with
At
blue
all.
crabs here either.
But
They are flexible.
the red rock crabs, they have terrific strong claws. The Dungeness are strong, but they're not as strong as the red rock.
I don't think it's more just the aggressiveness. Like
They're not
so
they're not
docile.
that aggressive. The
No.
Dungeness aren't usually that aggressive.
See,
They're
blue
just docile.
crabs.
You tried that with one of ours, and it'd flare up as soon as you pulled it out of the water.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like
I've
watching
watched
y'all with
those.
Dungeness crabs. Y'all get big crabs and y'all grab them from the back and they can't reach back there. Blue crab, you can't do that. They'll get like this big and grab the back. They can still reach back and pinch you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We're putting our boots on if we're going crabbing here. Step
Yeah,
on it.
you lose a toe with them big old mud crabs.
We've got like they're not steel caps, but they're close enough. We wear them when we go crabbing
Yeah.
because you're not going to risk it. And then
That's
to watch you like
somewhere
just
I'd like
pull
to
them
go.
in and just manhandle them, it's just hilarious for me.
What,
So you
what
wear
coast are you on?
steel-toed shoes?
They're not steel caps. So you guys obviously would have steel cap shoes, yeah?
Yeah.
Still toed, but yeah.
Steel
Yeah.
toed.
So they're not quite. They're flexible because we're in water. They're flexible in like a wetsuit material, but the toe sections are all like a really thick, hard plastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that
That's
they
how, like
can't
a polymer.
kind of. Yeah. It's a weird design, but
What's the basic purpose of it? Is it for the crabs or just in case you drop something on your foot, on your toe?
it's more because we're walking in places that we've got stonefish. You
Stonefish,
step on one of those, you're dead.
a
or
blue
close.
ring
You're either
octopus.
dead or you wished you were dead. I've been stung by one of those. They're not pleasant.
Oof.
So you can step on a stonefish. You could have jellyfish. You can have the mud crabs themselves will take your toe. The whole
What
pile of
about
stuff.
What about a blue ring octopus?
Fun story. When I was 15, we went crabbing and I saw this little brown octopus and I thought that was really going to be cute, and I had a really big marine tank at the time. And I thought that'll be cute in my tank. So I picked him up and I put him in my bucket. And of course he sloshed around in the bucket on the way home. And then I just dumped the bucket into the tank. and I showed my mom, and of course by then he was angry and all his blue circles were on fire, and and mom yelled at me for obvious reasons. And
How old were you?
I was 15.
Old enough to know better.
We normally wouldn't get them up this high. They're normally a Sydney. We're like 10, 12 hours from Sydney. Down in Sydney, they're everywhere, but up here, they're rare as anything.
And
At
if
the time, I just
don't
thought it was a
know,
brown octopus. So I had to ring the Marine Center, the massive aquarium, to
if
come
y'all
and
don't
push
know
him out of my tank.
that octopus is like very deadly.
Yeah. They will bite you. You will not know it, and you'll be dead in 10 minutes.
Wow.
And here's Sandy playing with it, 15 years old. Oh,
pretty
come
much.
home with me. Come home
And
with
that's
me.
how I got my job in the aquarium.
Learning what not to do.
I mean,
She was the safety person. She's like,
Yeah.
don't do what I do and you'll be fine.
Wow. That is hilarious, though. That's great.
So, yeah.
I
I
can
mean,
imagine your mom's
kind of
face.
like OSHA here.
Oh,
Yeah.
my mom's a marine biologist by trade, and when she saw it, she just went white. Like, we're already white, but she went
So-
white.
It's a generation.
No, my daughter's just as dangerous. It follows the women.
Wow. That's awesome. That is
Yeah.
a funny story.
That's how I started my career in marine science. So yeah,
That's cool.
it was fun. They bought my lionfish out of that marine tank too.
They
You
weren't.
picked
You
that
didn't
up
put
as
it in
well?
a. You didn't put in a aquarium with other animals, did you?
What's up, Mel?
Yeah. I had in that tank, I had coral. It was a full marine tank. So I had living coral. I had 3 sets of Nemos. I had 1 breeding pair of black Nemos. I had tangs. I had the scorpion fish. I had, what else did I have? I had a dory. They were expensive. And glass shrimp and a whole pile of stuff in that thing. Yeah.
Was your mom- was your
I
mom
gotta go.
Tangs.
My
I've
dinner's
never had a
ready.
hippo tang, though.
Sorry.
All right.
Bye,
You guys in
Steve.
a bit. Bye bye.
Hi, Steve's
Hi,
wife.
Steve. Was your mom able to help you get it out of the tank soon enough before it killed anything?
No, we had to ring the aquarium to come and collect the octopus for obvious reasons. But while they were trying to collect the octopus, they saw my scorpion fish and bought him off me as well. And that's how I got my job.
Nice.
Interesting.
Spent my teenage years there.
very, very fascinating.
See, that's just giving me bad ideas.
It's not cheap. I worked just to support that tank.
No, I'm thinking of going out catching a snakehead and bringing it home, but I feel like I'd be the one to go to jail for it.
Just make sure you got the right certificates to keep the animals that you're bringing in.
We had a fish tank
You,
that had
you can't keep snakeheads over here.
no. We had a divider in this big tank, and we had a Jack Dempsey on one side and a piranha on one side.
Oh, nice.
The stupid thing is the divider kind of moved one day, and the fish were able to intermingle. The Jack Dempsey ate the piranha,
Mm-hmm.
and I had no idea that was going to happen. And it happened when we had a family event here, and there's people here eating, and there's a family function, and we're all watching the big fish tank, and all of a sudden, crap happens. I'm like, and the piranha gets eaten. I'm like, holy cow! I had no idea that one of those Dempsey fish were so mean.
Piranhas?
It's not that they're so mean. They're kind of solitary hunters, whereas piranhas are pack hunters.
Yes.
So without a pack around it, the piranha had no idea to be aggressive.
Wow.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
So I put a
What's up, Cecilia?
something on Facebook about, a free Jack Dempsey. Come get it. They come over and they're looking at the tank, going, they're excited. I got a cooler. Let's go. And I'm like, yeah, things were all puppies and kittens until it ate the other fish. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a piranha over there last week. It ate it. And the piranha was like 7 inches. It was a big one.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Was it a
"Holy-"
black piranha?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I say there's a lot of species of piranha. And
Hey,
I think
just
the biggest one is a black piranha, and they get like the size of a dinner plate. It's ridiculous.
holy cow. No, he wasn't that big, but I just moved in with my she's my wife now, and I just moved in with her, and she's had the fish for years. And I don't know what kind of critter it was. I was glad that she had fish because before I met her, she had snakes. And if she still had the snakes, I wouldn't have married her.
Prerequisite.
So there's some new people in here. That link that I just dropped for King Slew. I was doing a roof for him last Saturday. He's 82 years old. He fell off the roof. He has a YouTube channel. If you guys could go over there to his channel and leave him a comment on a video, one of his videos, tell him you're thinking about him. Tell him I sent you over. Tell him whatever you want to tell him so that he has something to come back to. He broke himself up pretty bad falling off the roof. So I'm sure he'd appreciate it. And I would appreciate if you'd go do that. So thanks in advance.
I'm going to go feed critters. Be right back.
All right. He only broke 5 bones, so out of 200 and however many it is, that's not too bad for as far as he felt. That's what I wondered, Cecilia.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. He did not break his back, which is a good thing, or his neck.
Yeah.
So, but he's going to be sore for a while. And he did not break anything that they can cast, if you think about it.
No.
Well,
You can only brace.
I said, yeah, like
He'll be in a sling for a while. He'll be in a sling for a while
Yeah.
for his collarbone. Also for his shoulder blade, it's probably not a bad idea to hold it still.
Yeah.
But a pelvis, you don't cast that. And a sternum, there's really nothing to do for that other than
The sternum you can brace.
The only thing they could really do for all of that at once would be a body cast. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But then in a body cast, he's going to lose muscle mass. So there's
Yeah.
no point.
And he doesn't have any to begin with. He's a little guy.
That's it.
So
I remember when my brother broke his sternum. They literally just put. It almost looked like a what do you call it? Like a Kevlar. Kevlar
Yeah.
vest.
Yeah, it looks like a.
And that's all they did for him, and he was in that for weeks.
I know when they do open heart surgery, sometimes they'll wire it together. Or
No
I
cooking
was
today,
before.
Celia. I had the weekend off.
you didn't have the weekend off. You worked yourself to a
I
pulp.
worked my ass off. I have so many bruises. So many bruises.
You're probably doing more on the weekends than you are in the gym.
No. The last time I skipped gym and I had to go back, she kicked my ass. I could hardly walk. At least flying around on the digger, I could walk. I sounded like crap. I felt like crap, but I could walk. But like a week after that gym, and I had to keep going, otherwise I knew I would get like super sore.
Yeah.
But she told me when I walked in, she told me, you will never miss the gym again. I will make sure that you think of me for the rest of the week. And that's exactly what she did. She worked so dang hard. Every time I sat up, every time I got up, every time I sat back down, I felt it.
Yeah.
So no cooking.
So my brother is on his way out here again from Missouri. What's up, Connery? And he fell off of a 34-foot church steeple.
Wow.
I think it was one time. And I was telling him about King Slew. He's like, well, maybe I'll have to go visit him when I come out there. I mean, he'll be here by this weekend. I was like, yeah, I'll go with you. I need to go visit him anyhow. And anyway.
Like me and my brothers and sisters, we were dangerous, but we weren't falling off roofs dangerous.
Well, he was a construction worker, and he did something really stupid. But, yeah. He fell onto the church roof and then slid off the church roof onto the ground and broke.
What are y'all doing on church, or like on roofs in general, without safety lines?
Well, it's yeah. I'm an
It's
Am I
ocean man.
wrong?
It's harder to work with safety lines.
Yes.
Harder
a
to
lot
fall
harder
off
to
a
work
roof
with
with a
them.
safety line too.
Yeah. But he
My grandfather
he
even
went
had
off.
to
He went off so fast. The eaves of the church were 16 feet off the ground. He landed 18 feet away from the church. That's how fast he went off.
Yeah.
like
Like a
even
big
my
slide.
grandfather had
Churches have steep roofs too. For
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah, it was.
Because-
I think that one was only an 812, but that's steep enough for metal.
Right.
And he had fallen from the steeple onto that roof. And if his instincts hadn't kicked in, he would have stopped at the peak of the church roof, because he grabbed for the ridge cap, but he had half a drill in his hand at that point that he wasn't letting go of,
Right.
because he's grabbing for anything he can grab, and he already had something in his hand, couldn't grab the ridge cap. But he broke his back in 5 places that time, and that's all he broke. He landed on his feet. He should have broke his ankles. He should have blown his knees out. He should have blown his hips out, and he didn't. But
Just compressed a bunch of vertebrae.
what's that?
It just compressed a bunch of vertebrae.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like my grandfather had one when we were kids, and I remember watching him get up on the roof. He would use the reef hook from the reef anchoring hook off the boat and tie rope to that, like a giant grappling hook. He would use that.
Yeah, you could.
But the amount of men
So-
that I've seen get up on a roof and not anchor themselves is ridiculous.
Well, I never do.
I was just saying, when I was
waiting.
younger, I was doing roofing. I don't know, I was like 14, 15, 16 doing roofing. I had no business doing it at the time, but we never had any safety devices. The best we had is we'd take like a 6-foot 2x4 and nail it to the roof. So we have a little ledge to stand on while we're putting shingles. And we pop it off and go down a few feet, pop it back on, put some more shingles, pop it back off, keep going that way.
Yeah.
Hey, Earl.
Yeah.
Steve being hit by a truck reminds me of something that happened at work a while back. I just texted you. I'll just say this right now. The guy lived, but it was not paying attention when you're around cars and trucks.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much.
I want to watch your face when you watch it too.
I don't want to
Is
know.
it a video or
It
what?
is a video. Yes.
I don't
Was
want to hear
this
it. I don't
your
wanna
place?
see it.
Yeah. It's at my business.
Yeah, just back over the guy. Why not?
And
But
the
you
guy
know,
walked.
I had 3 kids at Subway one day. I was leaving Subway. 3 kids come riding their bikes after I put my truck in reverse. They look at me and ride right behind my truck.
Mhm.
And I moved about that far, and he starts yelling at me. I said, yeah, you yell at me. I said, I was backing up before you ever went behind me, sunshine. You better watch yourself. You're going to get run over. What if I hadn't seen you?
Yep.
Mhm.
And this guy was going the wrong direction in a bike lane, and he knew what he was doing. So I got to say, he deserved it, but he lived.
Yeah.
As a homeless transient type person that
Yeah.
didn't want medical, didn't want cops called, just leave me alone. But it could have been so much worse.
Yeah, that could have been. He was fairly run over by the time that guy stopped, but luckily he got the bike instead of him.
I'm gonna sound like the old guy here. I think a lot of kids today are so used to technology that they think everyone's staring at a camera and can see them clearly.
Yeah. Well, that
Not
truck
everyone has brand new cars. That's not the way the world works.
that truck did have a camera, and it beeped at me that there was somebody coming behind me. But still,
Yeah.
why would you look at somebody moving backwards and ride your bike right behind them? That's ridiculous.
Because
agree.
they assume that you're just automatically going to stop because they're a kid on a bike.
Well,
That's a
somebody
target.
needs to teach them that isn't always true.
Yeah, they're going to learn their lesson someday.
Someday they will.
Hopefully, it's not on my insurance.
But I've also noticed, even just between how we were as kids and watching my teen son and his friends as kids. Now, my kids are hardly on the electronics. They really prefer being outside.
Yeah.
And just watching, I remember when we were on bikes, running around, making a mess of things. Our reactions to things like cars coming in and out of driveways, random just obstacles coming up, we were more aware of them and we were more reactive to them.
Yeah.
I've seen his mates stack it on the most stupid of things or just be oblivious to what's going on around them without having to directly look at it. And I've noticed that they're less aware of what is going on. They're less like just listening for them. They're just like, oh, how did you know a car was there? It's like, mate, I was listening for it.
Right.
They're not taking in what's going on around them.
At least they're not bringing deadly jellyfish home. Octopus.
Maybe not the octopus, but
because they're aware
little boys
of their
broken home a jellyfish.
Octopus. It's common in common sense is not that common anymore.
That's for sure.
That's it.
It's just you and me that have it, and I'm not even sure about you sometimes.
I gotta spare it. I gotta, it's got a shelf life. I gotta be careful.
Right. Just sprinkle it randomly.
Yeah.
So
So when you're fishing next, Earl?
Tell the difference between the indoor kids and the outdoor kids these days.
Yes,
It's
and
blatantly
Sandy,
obvious.
the way you say your kids would rather spend time outdoors rather than electronics, that is awesome. That is,
But I applaud that.
That is what life should be. Because when we grew up, we didn't have the electronics, and so we're outdoors. And there's this era of kids that just want to do this all day long.
Yeah.
So if you can get a kid to go out and do some fishing and learn about stonefish and learn about, blue ring octopus, you got to get a kid out there and learn about that stuff. That's awesome.
That's what they're doing on their phone. They're reading it on Google.
I Googled
you
it.
think that's what my boys are doing when they've got their electronics? You're a very deceived man.
I would say, even if that were the case, though, real life experience is a lot different.
Yeah.
Like, you can know what something looks like, and in the moment have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Street smart and book smarts. In our business, we call it aptitude.
Yeah.
Because you could have, in the mechanic world, you could have a pedigree of paperwork and schooling, and you've got certificates and all this stuff. But as soon as we put you to work, you might not have the aptitude because you haven't been put to work before.
Right.
And all of a sudden, here's a problem in front of you that you've never had to experience before. What do I do?
That's actually Sandy's problem.
Wow.
I love you, Earl, but I don't love you that much.
It's called unsubscribe, Sandy.
She would never do that to one of her 100 subscribers.
So, Earl, when are you going fishing again?
I don't know. Yeah, probably Saturday if it's nice.
Or crabbing?
Probably Saturday if it's nice because my brother's going to be here.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
Depends. He's the one that took the 20 pounds of crab home with him last time he was here. Just crab meat.
Wow, that's a lot of crab.
It is a lot of crab. We had 20, 80, 85 or 6 crabs. But everybody ate what they wanted, and there's probably 15 people around. So we ate, say, 15 of those or 30, and then chilled the rest out.
We enjoy, my wife and I, when we get back from crabbing. We spend a whole day just shelling
Yeah.
and cleaning. But what we really enjoy is the day we get back, I'm still cleaning the boat and doing gear cleanup and all that, but do a boil in the backyard.
Yeah.
And
I wanna
throw
have one of those.
sausage, throw crab and corn. That's nothing like it. Just making a huge mess in the backyard with fresh crab. There's nothing like it.
I want to do one of those. Just see what they taste like.
Oh, they're good.
Andouille sausage, corn, potatoes. Oh,
But you have to do it in the right order so that you don't overdo the seafood. Because if you do overdo the seafood, it's not as good.
Yep. And I also pick and choose when I do it because I want to pick and choose when garbage day is.
Oh, yeah.
You always do it close to garbage day.
You don't want to do it like the day after garbage day, or else you'll piss off every neighborhood you can. But
if we cook something that needs, like, if I do a roast chicken and I've got the carcass left over, you stick it in a bag, you stick it in the freezer until garbage day.
I just learned that from my neighbor.
Forget.
Yeah.
And then if you miss garbage day, you can stay there another week and not.
Weeks.
I just learned that from my neighbor the other day because they crab a lot too. And I'm like, they have I have a bait freezer here. So my bait freezer's got all my bait in it.
Yeah.
It says, well, why don't you just put your garbage in there?
Ooh.
And I'm like, why? Oh, wait a minute.
Prawn.
It totally made sense. I was like,
Things that have gone off in the fridge that the kids haven't eaten, and
I'm an idiot.
I mean, depending on what you got, if there isn't a bunch of seasoning on it, just throw it in the compost pile.
that too.
That's what I do.
Well, the smell would get around here because crab and whatnot, crab shells.
Instead of just sticking it in the compost pile,
and compost, the bacteria in the compost will break it down before it starts smelling.
I mean, after I've made broth, Cecilia. But if instead of just putting their carcasses or shells or prawns or whatever you've got left over,
is that prune juice?
It's not something alcoholic. It's Earl.
Grape juice.
Prune juice.
Grapes.
Grape juice.
So do I get in trouble if I have a beer?
No.
Okay.
I had whiskey the other week. But instead of
I have a small compost pile, but I've never thought about putting the shells in there.
I wouldn't put it in your compost pile. I would find a corner of your garden, dig a 4-foot hole. If you've got like a post, like one of the diggers you would get using a post hole driver, dig a 4-foot hole, put your shells in there, put the earth back on, compress it down, and you won't have rats and anything else digging them up, and your worms will distribute the nutrients throughout your garden.
I take about a 30-gallon drum, a black one, a plastic one, and
what I got.
I put all that stuff in there and fill it up with water. It stinks pretty bad, but it decomposes.
And then what do you do when you have to take the water out? You're going to stink the whole neighborhood out.
I take a bucket and dip it out and then go water my plants. And then fill it back up with fresh water.
With all the just crab shells?
Crab, fish, anything.
Yeah, I have an actual compost bin. It's a tumbler that I've made out of a barrel. And you just throw them in there, give it a couple spins. They get tossed around down into the soil that's in there that's already, made. And it doesn't smell bad at all.
I'm going to have to give
it.
I'll have to try a couple of these.
Yeah, mine stinks, but it's down away from the house, and the wind around here is either blowing north or south, and it's east of my house. So
Earl's making his own seaweed solution, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Molten. I would so dilute that though. I wouldn't use it straight on your garden.
Oh,
you
I
run the
would.
risk of burning your plants.
I put it right on the roots of the grapes. That's why we get so many grapes. Them things go crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why this tastes so weird.
You're drinking it.
Is it homemade grape juice? Does it taste a little crabby, a little fishy?
Yeah, a little bit.
This
It's
is the
got
Colorado.
a bite to it.
So I'm an idiot. I was in Colorado last week, and a group of these people I was with wanted to go out to a brewery to go eat. And I don't drink brewery beer. It'll be Coors Light. That's it. Well, I felt like an idiot walking up to the waitress, and I'm like, do I get in trouble asking for a Coors Light here? And she looked at me. She goes, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I don't know. You're in Colorado. If we don't have Coors Light, we get in trouble." What? Because it comes from the Rockies right there. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, I never thought of that. I'm a total idiot because I can't drink real beer. It's just, Coors Light only.
Keep dreaming, Otter.
See, here we have a bunch of those microbreweries that make their own crap.
They're all over here.
We also have Busch Gardens, which is owned by Anheuser-Busch. But none of the microbreweries have Bud Light, and it always upset me back when I drank. Because people are like, let's go to the brewery. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. And then I'd be like, can I get a Bud Light? And they'd be like, what in the redneck is happening? I'm like,
and that's why I was afraid to even ask. I pulled the waitress aside. I'm like, can I get just a Coors Light? I'm thinking I'm going to get shunned or something. And she's like, she pulled me in back. She says, look, this is where you're at. Colorado, I totally forgot that's where that beer comes from, even though it's just water.
I've still never drank any of it.
Good for you. Good for you.
Don't want to again.
For those of us that have, wish that we haven't.
So I quit drinking years ago. I quit drinking soda 10 years ago.
So what's your drink of choice now?
All I drink is water.
No juice or, kind of nothing?
Nope. I mean, like, I'll eat ice cream. I get dairy from ice cream, but other than that, I just drink water.
I was, my wife and I are going to watch our calories, and I needed to lose some weight a while back. It was 8 months ago, and I knew the first thing I did was cut out my Coors Light. That's gone, and it was 20 pounds the first month.
Yeah.
I guess you get dressed. The poor girl. Oh my gosh. Sandy, I don't think you had pajamas on. You looked great, okay? Who said that anyways? Josh?
No. Otter Cat.
All right. Well, Earl, I'm going to try and plan a trip in the next week to get over there. I don't know what fishing's like right now, but I need to at least get and do some crabbing.
Fishing's great.
Yeah.
If you can get out there. They've been slamming them.
So Saturday I am free, and I'm free Friday afternoon too. So I might run over Friday and stay for the night.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just got to be there when the tide's right and the wind's right and the current's right. You just got to be there.
I'm not sure if the ocean's going to be good enough to be on, but we're going to try. I mean, if the ocean's nice, I'm going to try. But
I tell you, I was fishing the jetty tips month ago, and it got a little foggy right at the jaws. It was like foggy, like all of a sudden you can't see anything.
yeah.
I'm watching the rocks, so I know where I'm at, and I'm just lingcod and sea bass just playing around. And next thing you know, I can't see the rocks anymore, and I look over at my fish finder and it's black.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, what the heck? Well, I some kind of electrical problem. It shut down. So I hit the button. It came back up, and by the time it cycles and it's there, okay. And the current was really good, so I was staying right at the tips. 5 minutes later, it shuts off on its own again. It's like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to head back in. All day long, that fish finder would shut off. About 10 minutes into it's warmed up, it shuts off. Still don't know what caused it. I got home, little torqued because I was trying to mark crab pots I was dropping.
Oh yeah.
And by the time, it just kept shutting off. So
Yeah.
pulled the pots, came home, and I'm in the driveway, and I go through all my wiring, and I check, battery all the way up, check my wiring. As I turn that fish finder on in the driveway for like 2 days, it stays on, doesn't shut off. I do the wiggle test. I grab all the wires, I'm wiggling them, I'm battery cable, everything won't shut off. So I don't know what it is, but I'm still nervous to go out again because that's a freaky thing when you don't have anything and it's a little foggy. That's a scary deal.
Josh, why you say that? Fishing on a river in Washington. How do you know something I don't even know?
You're gonna get kidnapped, that's why.
You
I'm a
know who that is, right?
No.
That's that Josh that I take bass fishing all the time.
Oh.
Woo.
He started working for us a couple months ago.
That's cool. I wouldn't mind doing a nutria hunt with you.
I'd do that in the wintertime when I can't do anything else, but I went by that one ditch that we killed 40 of them out of. I went by there the other day, and there's like 10 of them out in the field. Your brother's going to take us. What are we fishing for?
Bass, obviously.
What's up, Ted? I didn't say hi, but I did acknowledge you were here.
Now, Earl, have I asked you this or not? Whether or not nutria would be good crab bait?
I've tried it, and it did all right at first, and then tried it again, and they punctured the gut cavity, and I pulled the crab pot into the boat, and I said, I'll never do that again. They are nasty critters, man. They just reek.
Well, no worse than mink, though, right?
Mink is a musky smell. This is just a nasty poop smell. I mean, it's bad.
Ugh. Oh, God, that's horrible.
What were you expecting?
Guess I'm going Chinook fishing the way it looks.
I'm trying to go fishing Wednesday if the weather's all right.
Now, where do you go out of?
Me?
Yeah.
Typically, I go out to the Chesapeake Bay, but I'm going to try and do some freshwater fishing this week. I want to catch a bass. It's something I've only done twice in my entire life, so I really want to catch a decent-sized bass.
You'll get a bass. Bass are easy.
You say that, but
out here, bass are easy.
No, they are in Virginia. I grew up fishing bass in Virginia. Well,
yeah,
I can't say that either. I fished bass in Virginia for a few years before I moved out, but I caught a lot of bass in Virginia. You should hook up with Tyler in Richmond.
I've talked to him, but I don't know. He's always like way up on the river, and to get there from where I'm at is a pain.
Yeah, he's actually kind of a loner guy, I think. But
yeah,
where exactly are you?
I'm in Williamsburg. Okay. You know where Jamestown is? The original settlement?
He's in Virginia. You know that, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so I'm
Where's Maryland?
Maryland. From me is about 2 hours, give or take.
Okay.
So I'm on the peninsula, not the peninsula side. That sounds terrible because the Eastern Shore is a peninsula. I'm on the inside of the bay, and the Eastern Shore that goes up through to Maryland is on the ocean side.
Is that considered the whole Chesapeake Bay though?
Yeah, where it comes in, between Tidewater and the Eastern Shore, that is the mouth into the bay, and the bay goes all the way up into Maryland.
Okay. Okay. We go back to Maryland once in a while for a work trip, and everybody, all they can talk about is the blue crab and the Chesapeake Bay and all the fish and all this stuff. So they really talk about the seafood there.
Yeah,
But we've
so
never gone down and done it.
the funny thing about it, you would think on the ocean side, like in Virginia, would be the deepest section of the Chesapeake Bay, but it's not. If you go up, I want to say it's like 80 miles up into the bay in the Maryland side, it gets to like 270 something feet deep. Most
Wow.
of the area around me only
Good
gets
night,
about
Randy.
60 feet deep.
Night, Randy.
Night, Randy.
There's actually
Wow.
some parts of the bay that at low tide you can drive on because it's only like a foot of water.
Wow.
That reservoir that we were fishing trout in, we were fishing 125 foot of water some of the time there. At
Yeah.
the last, you can hear him on the video say he's marking fish at 90 feet. We were in about 120 feet of water.
Remind me, where was that?
Blue River Reservoir,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and it was 101% full, so it was fairly easy to get in and out of. But I don't think you could get a boat in there hardly most of the time.
Right.
But
Did you get a chance to drive through
Go ahead.
Did you get a chance to drive through the burned area?
oh, I've been up there on metal a lot. I mean, like
That's
a bunch of that rebuild's getting metal roofs.
Oh, I never thought of that. Yeah, I've
So
camped up there a couple times.
I go up there all the time.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
It's sad, but it's nice to see how it's being rebuilt so fast.
Yeah, yeah. And just think about that. If that had been national forest ground, it'd still be burned. I mean, it'd still be trees standing, going to waste. But
Yeah.
that was all private ground. And those guys went in there. They have 2 years to get it out of there before it's junk. And they stripped those hillsides top to bottom.
Yep.
And I mean, there's still some that went to waste, but they got a ton of trees out of there.
What do they do with them?
Mill them. I mean, they don't burn. They only burn the outside, and it kills the tree.
Okay, so you're only built like burning like the bark off.
Yeah, pretty much, because that fire goes through so fast and so hot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't burn a lot of the wood. It just burns, like you said, the bark and the needles and all that.
Yeah.
So,
It's the heat that kills the tree when they go
Yeah.
through that fast.
yeah,
Definitely a sad thing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been to Alabama?
No. Wait, I drove through there.
All right. So
I drove
Alabama.
from Florida to Oregon a couple of times. That's
You'd
Okay.
go through Alabama.
no
All right, Shannon.
Mississippi. Yeah,
Have a good one.
Mississippi, Alabama.
Louisiana.
Yep.
Where are you based, Eric?
Oregon, north of California, south of Washington. We're on the west coast.
You're an Earl too.
I'm in Earl territory.
I've
You're on
met
the
him
wrong
before
side
out
of
of
the country
Newport.
for me to go fishing with.
Yeah, we're right on the coast. We're very, very blessed and fortunate to be an hour from the beach, an hour from snow if you want to go skiing, an hour from a big city if you want to go shopping. We can go to Portland, maybe an hour and a half.
Who wants to go to Portland?
I don't. I don't.
What's your problem? What?
I am
Sorry, Brian.
an hour and a
sorry.
half from any major city.
Yeah, no, it's nice being kind of centrally located because if like I went to Coos Bay last week, 2 weeks ago, Winchester Bay, which is all these little bays with their, an hour and a half of here, I could be all over the Oregon coast. So
Winchester Bay is pretty nice.
yeah,
I've only been there a couple times.
the bar's a little rough, but
Yeah.
crabbing's good. They had the big fishing derby last week. That was nice. I don't know if you heard about that. They had a big salmon derby there. They had 200 and some boats. It was a great turnout.
I've never been across that bar, but I've been crabbing there a couple times. The one time I think I've been crabbing there 3 times. 2 times were great crabbing. 1 time was horrible crabbing, but the horrible time I was there, I pulled up more crabs in one pot than I've ever pulled up in one of those little square Danielson traps. I pulled up right at the, that little side bay there in Winchester Bay that people crab in all the time.
You go out of the marina and turn left?
Yes. And you go past the crabbing dock and then that little bay in there.
Yep.
Right at the end of that jetty on the downstream side of that little jetty, or on the downstream side of that mouth, there's a 20 to 25 foot hole there. Put a crab pot down in there, and I pulled that thing up, and from 10 feet down, when you can start seeing it, till it got to the boat, you could see crabs just leaving that trap, just peeling. I still got 36 in the boat.
Wow.
But there was no keepers. They were all undersized, but they were just shooting out of that trap as fast as they could go. I don't know how many there was in there when I started pulling that thing.
We had a keeper jump off of a trap here a while back.
Yeah.
And luckily I had my net close by.
Yeah.
I just grabbed the net. I was able to get it because he fell out of the trap right at the top on his back.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
can't go anywhere.
And he was a keeper. I'm like, no way. And I grabbed him like, no way. Little soft, but to be able to get a keeper with a net was funny. So they hang out on the outsides of those traps quite a bit.
Did you see that video where I grabbed that keeper out of the water with my hand?
No.
It got out of the trap.
I'll have to watch that.
It was the second one that day that got out of the trap.
I'll have to watch that.
And I was back behind the guy pulling the trap, and I saw the thing get out, and I'm like, hey, get that thing. And I jumped off the back of the boat and reached out and grabbed that thing, and it was a keeper.
I might remember that. Yeah.
That was when all my family was around. It was I think the second video.
Okay.
So day 2, it was either day 2 or day 3. I forget which. I think it was day 2.
Speaking of your boat, when are you going to mount that motor back on?
I'm never.
Why?
What?
The
If
motor
you ever
works.
watch Earl's videos, you can see that his motor is literally just strapped onto the side of his boat.
Oh, it's clamped on, but the pegs that hold the motor up sheared off.
No, my last big boat I had, my 15 horse Honda, I always had a tie strap to hold it up so it wouldn't bounce down. So that doesn't mean that it's not mounted. It just means that it's not going to fall down in the water when you're
The pins that hold it up when you pull the motor up, they broke off.
So get some new ones.
You have to redo the whole.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to take the whole transom out, don't you?
No, it's well, the whole adjustable part of it, you have to take that all apart just for that one pin, and it's a pain.
Sammy's
That's
calling
way-
you out on us.
It's
That's
way
calling me out
easier
here.
just to put a strap on the thing.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's way too much work when you can just put a toe strap on
Exactly.
it. Just ratchet strap it up.
First time I took off with my boat and I left the kicker motor down and I took off, got across the lake. I cooked my little 15 horse Honda, just cooked it
Yeah,
because they're not made to go 40 miles an hour.
exactly.
I was able to pull. It started itself because I didn't have the lanyard out
Oh
and it
yeah.
was in gear. And as soon as I kicked, Hondas start real easy. So the propeller kicked over, it started that motor. And then I slowed, and that motor was just sitting there running, overheating. I couldn't get the boat to the dock. I went to dock the boat, and it kept moving on me. I couldn't figure it out. And I'm telling my wife, I says, "There's something wrong. I don't know what it is. I can't." Usually, I have no problem docking a boat, but this jet boat was just not behaving. It kept kicking from the left to the right, and so I went out in the lake a little further, and I'm like, put it in neutral, going, God, what's going on? I looked back because I heard a noise, and that motor is sitting there idling in forward, in neutral, or in forward, running, no water pouring out of it at all. So it was
boy.
just about ready to blow up.
Ooh.
Oh no. So I pulled the lanyard, killed it, propped it up, got the boat to the dock, got up, got the boat out of the water, dropped the motor down, and felt the motor. It was 200 degrees. It was just cooked.
Yeah.
You tried it. Wow.
I was so pissed. But you know what? I've never done it since.
I bet too.
I bet that was a really
Experience.
hard lesson you learned.
Yeah, it's like,
Experience is the best teacher.
yep, it was a $2,000 lesson. But
Yeah.
it's like leaving the plug out of your boat. You do it once.
When do you do it?
If you do it twice, you're an idiot. If you don't do it once, bless your heart.
Oh, so my heart's blessed.
It is, Earl, because I did it when I was about 16, 17 years old.
Earl
was a
probably
small-
didn't own a boat back then.
I didn't.
I've had boats since I'm 14 years old, and I was about 16, 17. I put one in the water. A girlfriend's holding the rope, looking at me. I parked the trailer. I'm walking down to the boat. I'm going, something doesn't look right. That's weird. And I go
It
down
was
the
your
dock and I look in the
girlfriend's
water, and I'm like, oh my God. And she's just holding the rope, not a clue what's going on. I jump in the water, grab a plug, stick it in there, get my truck, pull it out. Takes an hour to drain the water out. No major damage, but haven't done it since.
Yeah.
Yeah. This lighting's pissing me off.
Going back to crabbing and catching them by hand. That's kind of how we do it here. Take like a good length of paracord and tie a chicken leg
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Throw it out there. What we do.
Oh, Steve.
That's probably true, Steve.
I'm not seeing what you got.
Steve just said that girl didn't have a girlfriend. Steve.
I probably didn't. That's probably right.
When did you meet your wife?
About
It's so long ago you've forgotten.
a year or 13 months before I married her.
That doesn't help me at all.
When did you get married?
When I was 24.
What does your
I met her in 2002, I think, and got married in 2003.
if we can ask, what does your bride do?
For work?
Yeah.
For what? She
Well,
doesn't.
we know
I mean,
she
she
babysits
doesn't-
you.
She doesn't have a job other than to take care of me.
Okay,
That's a very taxing job sometimes.
It is. It is.
yeah. Well, bless her heart.
No, she did work in a book warehouse for a few months. She's had jobs, but she used to clean houses and kind of got. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Kind of got tired of that.
Yeah.
But
She's an amazing woman. One, she
She
puts up with you.
she has to be to put up with me.
That's what I say
She
about my
doesn't
wife.
have to. Think about that, Earl. She has options.
She does what?
Has options.
So does my bride, and I don't know why she sticks around with me. I don't get it.
How
Chooses
about
to-
yours, Bobby?
I am single as a Pringle.
Say
That's
that
why I
way. It's
said
less
that.
complicated.
Careful, you just can't have one. Once you pop,
I'm not getting into this discussion with you lot. It's so dangerous.
That's right, Cecilia.
so you're reading comments that I don't see. I got to figure out how to do this.
Are you on your phone or what?
No, I got a laptop sitting down here.
So
My new
we're
toy from
Josh.
right in front of you. Off to the side, you should have. It says either private chat or comments.
Which one do I hit?
Comments,
Comments.
and that's
Okay.
everyone in chat.
They're hauling
Oh.
hay out of this field right beside me tonight.
Holy crap! There's a lot of comments.
Yeah, you just can't type back.
New comments. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So you
Sorry,
can't type back, but you can see.
Exactly, Otter Cat.
And he must see him before we see him because I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Otter cat. Hey. That's on Earl's our little buddy. Knock it off.
I get that every time, Derek.
Why?
They're
Jeez,
loving
I-
it.
They just like making fun of me.
You
They're all-
more than pay back.
I
In your
honestly
own
don't
time.
care. I honestly do not care.
It's
You
okay.
give him a day or
Steve-
two, and you'll get like a message in your email or something like that, and it'll just pay that.
It's okay though, because Steve likes to take naps on live.
Exactly.
Thank goodness for his wife to wake him up. Time for supper.
Steve,
Time
where
for
did
supper.
you see the little?
I don't need to hear that.
I don't want to know. You two can do that in your own time. I'm gonna have to go soon. Okay.
He's talking about that little bitty fish that he caught the other day.
Hey Sandy, what time is it there?
It's 1:20 in the afternoon.
On Tuesday?
Yeah,
Yes.
I've been working the whole time that I've been sitting here.
So you're 13 hours ahead of me?
Yep.
Something
Well,
like that.
More than that.
I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys have got like 4 different time zones. It pisses me
Five.
off.
5.
Well,
There's
I
only-
work in 4 of them.
Hawaii is
so-
on its own.
There's only
time.
3. What's up, Slager Outdoors?
No,
I thought there was
there's
only
not
3 too.
There's 3 plus Alaska
Hawaii.
and plus Hawaii.
So you're
Yeah.
right.
What?
Hooked,
There's
you're right. There's
Eastern,
5.
Central, Mountain, Pacific, and Island.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
5.
true. That's true. But you're only 3 hours different than we are. That's why we say 3.
I went to Denver and forgot it was a different time zone, and only 1 hour really messed with me when I was calling people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
worse.
need to come visit because I would lose a whole day.
Yeah, but
Yes.
you gain 2 days going back.
Just in travel, yeah.
Yeah, because daylight savings doesn't mess with your head to start with.
Unless you'd go
Wait,
east.
wouldn't you gain a day if you came over here because we're a day behind?
No, I said I'd lose a day. I'm in front of you.
Yeah, it's Tuesday there.
Tuesday here. It's only Monday there.
So you spend all
You
day
could relive
traveling.
a day. You could
That's
relive
what I'm
it.
saying. Wouldn't it be gaining a day?
No, because the day you're traveling, you lost.
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes a day to get
Fair
there.
enough.
If I gained a
you
day, then I would be on Wednesday
when you go home, you could relive the day, though.
Well, there's some vacations you don't want to relive, though.
Yeah, like the trip I just had out at my dad's.
Oh, tell us all about it.
No,
She
thank
has
you.
a video about it.
I have a
What?
video. We can go watch it.
She was crying because she was working so hard and she was so tired, and that's all it's about.
I went out to relax. I didn't go out to work.
Sorry, my laptop was dying. I'm trying to find the hole to put the thing in.
Give it CPR.
Yeah.
My dad, just for kicks, like he didn't do enough while I was out there. For kicks, he set an alarm on my phone to go off at 3:28 this morning. And the alarm literally just said, "Love, Dad." And I was just like, okay.
That's good.
Scared the absolute shizes out of me.
Yeah, we do, Slager, and also Hawaii. I think, is that a different one than Alaska?
No, Alaska runs on like Canadian time. So if I align,
No, I'm saying Alaska and Hawaii.
No, I think they're both island time.
Yeah, they might be.
Time. Yeah,
it might be.
you guys just separate. For me,
it's actually really weird. Like the lines aren't straight at all.
No, they're not.
No.
But you know what? You know what's really difficult? I bought that piece of property back in Virginia.
Yeah,
and I had to do stuff. I had to do stuff first thing in the morning so that I could beat closing times back in Virginia. Yeah. And that's kind of a pain because I go to work in the morning. I don't have time to be going to the bank at 9 o'clock in the morning because I'm already at work.
Right.
You know, but
Slagger, if I'm ringing from Australia, Alaska and Canada are on the same time frame for me. There's only a small window that I can actually call them where I'm not staying up until the middle of the night to talk to people.
You said you're north of Sydney?
Yeah.
Like
he's in Queensland.
I mean, a totally different state. Yeah.
I've got a friend
Australia's easy. Literally, like, you've got East Coast, which is what I'm on, and then you do not change time zones until you're 3/4 of the way across the country.
Yeah.
And then you plus 2 hours and you're in Western Australia on the west side of the country. We don't have these like 8 different time zones going on.
We don't either.
Yeah, you do.
5. It's only 5.
You ever tried to ring people? You just said from Oregon.
Ring their necks or what?
I'm on the East Coast. He's over on the West Coast. But I've got friends in Colorado that I talk to all the time. It's 2-hour difference.
Yeah. And that's it. Australia's got 2 time zones, East and West, and that's it. There's no, we're halfway. We better put in another time zone.
You let the Americans get involved and we'll mess it all up.
Australia.
America.
America. You got to cut all the letters out. Make it slow.
All of a sudden, you got 12 time zones and you don't know what time you're supposed to send your kids to school.
When the daylight starts.
What, you're supposed to send your kids to school?
Not if you're Amish.
Oh, there you go.
I'm glad you said it. I wasn't sure how that worked.
Right, Carl.
I don't have any, so I can't send them.
Well, here I am, a business owner, trying to watch my HR comments, you know. Watch what I say. Watch what I say.
No, just let it out.
I know we're amongst friends here, but I still practice watching what I say.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad thing.
Remember the good old days when somebody misbehaved? You can say, "Hey, you don't want to do this. You don't want to show up on time. You get your crap and get out." Well, nowadays, you got to give kids 4th place ribbons and give them 12 different chances to stick around.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's probably why they're not my kids.
I'd like to give them one of those little blue ring octopus and see if they can play with it.
Mine would.
That's not very nice.
You gotta determine the kid first before you start handing out those things.
Survival of the fittest. If you can't figure this crap out,
Yeah. Some people think that I'm a harsh mom, though, because I make my kids figure it out. Some people they don't like seeing kids suffer.
Don't tell them what I think of you.
don't let Earl
I think
friend them
I'm
on Facebook.
amazing. Like, I've never hit my kids, but I'm very creative when it comes to punishments.
You make them move big mountains of dirt.
No, that's my dad.
Yeah.
I learned from the best. You don't need to strike a child to get your point.
Right.
What's up, Mr. Duggar?
My best punishment.
Duggar.
Mr. Duggar's here?
Yeah, he is.
That's
Duggar's in the house.
I think my best punishment was making my teenage son scrub all the grout in the house, because we live in an island. Well, it's tiles here. There's only carpet in the bedrooms, and I made him scrub the entire house grout with a toothbrush because he was late home from curfew. He don't like me much.
There you go. I bet you'll be home on time now.
Well, yeah, because I made him go for a shower after that before he was allowed to eat. His dinner was cold by then.
When I was younger, punishment was to not go outside. Like, oh, you're in trouble. Stay inside. Like, I don't want to.
If I made him stay inside in his bedroom and he's not allowed to play his Xbox while he's there, that's exquisite torture. Thank you.
That's what I got as a kid.
I will name that. You just got.
You'll name that the Bobby punishment.
The Bobby punishment.
Here's my torture. My torture, Earl, is you make me pull the crab pots. I promise that's torture.
You know, Ken commented on that short that I did on the Umatilla 2. He says, and again, you're not the one pulling the pots. I offered to pull those pots. I did not pay for any of those pots, but I offered to pull them if they wanted somebody else to pull them. And they wouldn't take me up on it. So
that's because they know how you pull up a crab pot and they're worried.
No, they don't.
You'll have to film that the right way next time. Film it.
Great young man. Steve, that kid hates my guts. You just don't.
He won't when he gets 40 years old, though.
I won't be around when that kid's 40 years old. It won't be my problem.
Well, but I'm just saying.
I have to go back to work. I don't want to. I'm just delaying.
I offered and then walked away. Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
The truth.
I think I would thoroughly enjoy a job in marine biology of some sort. Marine wildlife, marine studies, whatever.
Well, technically my name doesn't have marine biologist after it. I did oceanography.
A friend of mine does diving and they work at the aquarium in Newport. So they get to dive with the fish. And
there you go. Listen to Joe.
There's no evidence. It didn't happen.
I got on Joe's boat, and the first thing I did was went back and pulled a crab pot, or not pulled it. He has a automatic puller, but I got the rope, and I thought to myself, I'm like, these guys drove all the way over from Bend to do some crabbing, and here I am. I jump on their boat and I start doing their work for them. I'm like,
none of you did it. The electronic winch did it.
No, but I was catching the floats as they came by.
Oh my Lord, because that's a hard job.
I told him, I said, hey, if you guys want to do this, this is your trip. I'm just here as a bum. So, and he goes, oh no, Heidi would really probably like if you did it. So I said, fine, I'll do it. I don't care. And then she got bit by a crab.
Oh,
Because you were on the boat.
It probably was.
you got it on video?
No, I didn't video any of that. He did take a picture of me. Where is it? He sent it to me.
Here
I
we
do
go.
have evidence. I do
This
have
is
evidence.
my evidence. A still frame.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you ruin my
I'm not. You're bringing up the evidence.
But see, on Earl's boat, he's captain. He just yells at people. They got to do what he says.
That's exactly right. See there, I got a crab pot in my hand.
Here's my staged performance.
It's doctored.
Here,
It's a doctor.
Hang on. Hang on.
Other
We
children got nothing
gotta
on
do this
Earl.
right.
We saw it before. We just
I
don't
know,
believe
but
it.
not big enough.
It doesn't even look like a crab pot. It looks like a trash bag.
Hey, don't be bashing on his crab pots.
No, it's only when it's in your hands.
I tell you what, can't win for
You
anything
miss
with
me.
these
You
people.
wait for my payouts all week. All week. You get excited
don't-
to hear me shut you down.
Don't break your arm. I watched too many people this week break their bones. Don't be breaking your arm, patting yourself on the back.
I won't. Everybody else pats my back. Tells me how good of a job I did. It's an improvement, isn't it? You're getting used to what that belt was designed for.
My wife yells at me all the time for having my pants hanging off.
See? I'm not even your wife, and I know.
I can't help it when they don't stay up.
I gotta go. I got a delivery.
Okay.
You
Thanks
left
for
good.
Later.
Sandy, see ya.
No, you don't.
You want a good belt that you don't have to worry about throughout the day? Get a Grip 6 belt.
Get a what?
Grip 6.
What's that? What's up, Vanessa? Long time no see.
I think he's going to show us.
Oh, got that. Oh, got you.
It's a nylon belt, but
Oh, belt. I thought it was boat.
That's what I thought he said.
You want to get a good boat?
But I mean, it holds itself, doesn't stretch or anything like that throughout the day.
Okay. That makes sense.
Grip 6.
Grip 6. Do they make him an Earl size?
Yeah, well,
Not sure
Come
they
on,
make
everybody-
them that small.
Everybody else is picking on you. Why can't I?
You can't.
I'm the one with a 36-inch waist here.
so
Why
I
so
think
small, Derek?
Oh, under a
Mine's a-
chin.
their largest size is a 58,
Oh, good. I just made it.
but
Yeah.
because they're nylon, I mean, you can get whatever size you want and cut it down. And
Oh, gotcha.
I'm trying to see what size he's. I forget what. I think mine are 40.
No, they're not. I'm 36 right now.
I'm a 30.
40 by 32.
40?
Yeah.
You tubby little monkey, you.
I know.
No, 40?
Yes.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
That's about right.
Are you looking at your belt or are you looking at your pants?
I'm looking at the pants.
36?
Waist would be the same with the belt, though.
Well, there's, you know,
Yeah, it is the same with the belt. You
Wow.
go by belt. You go by pant size for belt.
Yeah.
How much do you think I weigh anyhow? People
People
always guess me way too low.
230.
Told you they always guess me too low. Last time
You
I
said
don't
6
believe-
foot with a 40-inch waist,
Yeah,
255.
that's really really close. Last I weighed I was 260 something, and I don't weigh very often, but
Wow, Earl. I didn't see that. I don't see that in you when I saw you.
nobody does. What's up, Queen? Hey,
Is it all in the head?
I think check out these cool little stickers I got from Queen Hess. Those things are awesome.
Oh, that's adorable.
And then I got
Aw.
some cool. She sent some cool little ones from the Boring Fisherman. These are. I mean, if you look at my hand size, they're dinky little ones. That's kind of cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
I like those. I might stick another one of them on my boat right under the one that I got of the Boring Fisherman.
I haven't put any more stickers on my boat other than yours, sir.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, once you have the best.
I've had a couple handed to me, but I just lost them.
Otter Cat, where did you find that scientific fact?
Wait, there's a scientific fact.
I thought that was scientific fat.
Wow. I just found that. Politically correct here, please. I feel like HR is going to come kick my butt here in a minute.
You're free to kid around on my channel. It's fine. Nobody cares.
No, the kitty.
What's up,
No.
kitty?
You know, the funny thing is, it's not even my cat. The door's open. It's my neighbor's cat.
You treat it better than the neighbor does, though.
Yeah, I put food out, and she comes in here and hangs out. And the neighbor said, "You know, it's going to be really awkward when we move and we take the cat." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And the cat's looking at me, going, "I'm not going nowhere." And my wife,
they're gonna go to move. Cat's gonna be nowhere to be found.
yeah, no, I'll make sure of that. My wife,
The car's gonna be gone. Cat's just gonna show up.
before I moved in with my wife, she had a doggy door in the sliding glass door, had a big dog door in it. And so she's middle of the night, she hears this, couldn't figure out what it was. She looks next to her bed and there's this like little dog sitting there licking itself. What the hell? And it wasn't even her dog. And it walked in the dog door, sat next to her and made it through the house, down the hall, in her bedroom, starts. So she wakes up. She's like, what the hell? It took 2 days to figure out whose dog this was. And posters and talking to people. There wasn't the internet big, message people in the neighborhood thing wasn't happening.
Right.
So when I met her and moved in with her, instantly I knew I wanted to get rid of that dog door because possums, coons, cats bringing in snakes. I'm like, I got to get rid of that. She goes, okay. Because, animals do come in here at night. And I says, that's why I'm going to close this door right now. Jesus. And this cat, I left the door open one day just because I have another cat that's going in and out. I left the door open. I come walking in the kitchen and this cat's on the counter eating something. What are you doing?
Where's your gun?
She looks at me like, meow, meow. And she's the cutest little cat with a bobtail. Just a doll. She's a doll. But it was awkward going over to ask the neighbor, what's her name? Because that's my cat now, because that cat does not want to go to your house anymore. They were recently married, and he had dogs, and the cat didn't like the dogs,
Yeah.
and so the cat decided that it was going to go elsewhere. All right, so Sandy had to go to work, but it's 2 p.m. Tuesday over there.
She works from home.
What does
So
she do again?
She's a graphic designer or something like that. So
Oceanographer.
no, she got a big contract on graphic design, print. I don't know what it is exactly, but yeah, she's been wanting that job for a long time. Finally got it, so or that contract for a long time.
Nice.
I would love to go over there and visit the reefs and fish over there.
Oh,
That'd be so
fun.
awesome.
Right?
Yeah,
Fun.
it's a different world though. Like she's talking about, stonefish and all these poisonous animals.
All right, Hester, have a good evening. Night.
Bye, Hester.
It's a beautiful sunset out there.
Spiders the size of pit bulls.
Yeah, there's no way I could. I hate snakes. I hate spiders. There's no way I could be over there and not scream like a little girl.
Snakes don't bother me. I can't stand spiders.
Neither one of them bother me much. I mean, if I walk up on a snake and don't see it, that bothers me, but it doesn't really bother me to be around snakes or spiders.
No.
Do y'all really have that many snakes over there?
Yeah.
Just garter snakes. There's very, very few species.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, y'all are lucky. Down here, we got cottonmouth, copperheads, rattlesnakes, water snakes, garter snakes.
Why do you live there?
Huh?
Why do you live there?
See, where I grew up, though, just on the other side of Richmond, all we had was copperheads, and that's the only poisonous snake we had. Then we had the water snake, the black snake, the garter snakes. I don't know what all we had, but the only one we really had to watch out for was the copperhead.
That's crazy.
So rattlesnakes are far and few between here, but we do have them.
Yeah.
Of course, they're typically in warmer areas like Texas, Louisiana, Georgia. But I mean, they've made their way up here. But honestly, if I could pick anywhere to live, I'd probably move back to Florida or go down to Louisiana.
Otter Cat, there's a lot of reefs. Think of it as mountain ranges. That's what a reef is. It's just underwater.
The times that I went to Florida to visit and I fished, it just freaked me out, the type of fish and the first shark I caught. I was gonna reach down and grab the tail and just go, ooh, my brother-in-law's going, no, you can't do that. Everything back there is trying to kill you.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's like true, because all of a sudden there's a snake that I was like, oh, I hate snakes. I'm walking away from it. And I go, good, because that's a poisonous one. And then the trout, like somebody mentioned earlier, the trout, they got fangs. All these fish that you catch, they try to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Even in freshwater, you get a bunch of snakeheads or.
I've never done a snakehead.
Apparently, they're all over the place here, and I've never caught one here. I've caught
I'd love to catch a snakehead.
I've caught one down in Florida, but that's it.
Is it considered an invasive species right now?
Yeah, they're Asian They're an Asian species. They got introduced, I want to say, in the early 2000s, like 2003, and they just took over Florida canals, and they've been
Wow.
making their way up north ever since.
Wow.
Why do people move wildlife around?
I don't.
So, from what I understand with snakeheads, was because it is an Asian fish, they taste really good.
Yeah.
So someone started a fishery here and was farming them, and I don't know if a storm came through. You know, it's Florida, hurricanes.
Yeah.
I don't know if a storm came through and let a bunch out, or if it was a shipping mistake or something. But apparently, a bunch of them got out by accident, and like I said, they just took over.
Well, if it's by accident, it's one thing, but they take.
Oh, people do it all the time, especially
Yeah,
in Florida.
they do.
That's why iguanas are running wild.
Yeah, exactly. But
up here in the U.S. Well, I'm acting like Sandy's still here. Up where we're at, if you go from one body of water to another, there's this Invasive Species Act
Same.
that if you're on the road, there's actually a place on the highway. They'll pull you if you have a boat. They pull you over, and they check for invasive species on your boat.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if we have that, but we do have like cleaning stations. So when you get to another boat ramp or whatever, you gotta clean your boat off, or when you're leaving the boat ramp, I should say, because of zebra mussels.
Right. Yeah, and I understand it totally because I pulled a boat out of the water once, had shrimp on it because it was in the water for so long.
Yeah.
I could imagine all that Creole and wildlife and whatever plankton and everything is there. And I go to another lake somewhere and drop it in the water. I can understand that being a invasive species act of creating
Right.
a problem. So I do get it, but it's a lot of work.
What's up, Jacob? Hey, Gene. That's why I only go in the ocean.
Yeah. And that's why I've stopped right now. You know, I used to come home from the coast and I'd drop my boat in freshwater on the way home to flush the engines.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I do it in my driveway.
Yeah.
And I, clean everything off there because you could stop in freshwater and introduce a invasive species into a lake.
Yeah.
I have to split and do some errands. I got to do some homework. So I'm going to leave you guys alone. Earl, if you talk to Jerry, let him know I'm thinking about him.
Okay.
If you do plan a trip, I know he's not a people person, but if you plan some kind of a trip to go see him, let me know.
I probably will. I mean, I don't know.
When people
it might
are
be next weekend or something, but
Yeah.
I'll probably go see him before he gets healed up, at least, because I mean, I was there when he fell, kind of picked him up off the ground, but
he's got a soft spot in my heart. So think about me if you do go see him or you're gonna visit, and let me know. I'm only a couple hours away. I wouldn't have a problem popping over and saying hi.
You're not an hour away. You're just in Springfield.
Well, Eugene to Newport, though. Or
Yeah.
Toledo.
Yeah. But he's up in Salem right now.
Oh, God, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they'd have him over in Newport.
Well, they were going to take him to Corvallis. Well, they took him by ambulance and took him to Elmaker Park, that rest area partway out there, and then put him on a chopper. And we're going to take him to Corvallis, but somewhere en route they decided to go to Salem, so they just went to Salem instead. And I wonder if the right doctor just wasn't in Corvallis or what, or if they were scared he had internal injuries. I don't know.
He got a chopper ride. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said he don't want another one of those. He said that was bumpy and obnoxious loud.
All right. Well, keep me in mind. You got my number if
Yeah.
you decide to go visit. And I know, like you say, he's not a people person, but love to say hi.
Well, I think he is, except when he goes fishing. He says he told me several times that he goes fishing to get away from people. That's
Amen.
that's
Amen.
his getaway. But
People don't-
I don't think he's a loner otherwise. I think he enjoys people, but that's just his time. He does his thing.
It's the only time I can be on the water, and there's nobody telling me what to do.
Yeah.
And so yeah, if I had a boat, it'd be me and one other person and just hang out and fish all day.
All right. Well, I'm going to get to work. I'm going to do my stuff. And then, Earl, you got my number. Let me know.
Yep.
Hooked. Good talking to you. Have a good
Likewise.
evening. And I'm going to figure out, this is my new laptop. I got to figure out how to turn everything off here.
It says leave studio on the bottom with the red X.
It does.
See there. And it works. Yeah. It's almost 9 o'clock here. And it's almost midnight there.
Yeah.
I think I'm about ready to crash for tonight.
I need to hop off here and get a couple things done before I head to bed.
Yeah. I actually got home from work early today, but it was only because of the boss. I had a job about 2 hours from the shop, and then a job in the same direction about an hour from the shop that I needed to go back to the shop and get the trailer and come back to. And he brought the trailer most of the way to the second job, and we just swapped.
Right.
That saved me a ton of time. So I actually got off work early.
Jacob caught an armadillo on camera.
You caught it, or you caught it on camera, or both.
I said that could be taken a couple ways.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about my first armadillo experience?
I don't know. I've never had one.
So, I moved down to Florida when I was 20. This is back when I still smoked cigarettes and whatnot. So I was outside smoking. I don't know. It was like 12 o'clock at night. I'm standing in my driveway, just minding my own business, and I hear something rustle in the trees beside me. I didn't think anything of it. Sitting there, still minding my own business. All of a sudden, this big armadillo comes running straight across my feet. I freaked out because I've never seen an armadillo before. I didn't know they were anywhere near the East Coast. It was bad.
Where were you, in Florida?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had them in Florida.
I didn't either until that night.
Guess they have about everything in Florida.
Yeah. I said same week. I was sitting out on the porch doing the exact same thing, minding my business. I heard a bear. Sounded like it was a ways off. I didn't think anything of it. Heard it again. I'm just about to finish up. I look over to my left, past the driveway. There's a bear standing in the road, right, like 30 feet from me.
That's not an armadillo. That's an anteater.
An aardvark?
It's an armadillo.
Yep. But yeah, 30 feet away from me. I was living in a trailer at the time. Like, I stood up, opened the door from behind myself, stepped back into it, and closed it like a trailer door was going to keep a bear out.
All you had to do is show your mug. He'd run.
Maybe.
Or else felt at home.
I don't know, man. I was going by the like toddler rule. If I can't see it, it can't see me. There's no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
It worked out. I didn't sleep much that night, but it worked out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird to look up and see a bear in the driveway.
I bet.
I've been
Oh, these
trail camera.
people.
But do trail cameras only take a picture like with motion?
Yeah,
So you can't like remote access it and record, X amount of time.
I don't think so. You can do videos. Um, they are. You can set it to 5-second videos or 30-second videos or
Right.
whatever, but it depends how much you want to run your batteries down. These stupid comments that people put on your brand new videos, like right away, porn sites, those things need to go away.
Yeah.
Why would somebody do that on your channel? It's dumb.
I don't know. You ever use like Telegram app?
No. I have WhatsApp, but I don't use it a whole lot.
It's similar to WhatsApp, but
Yeah, it is. I know what you're talking about, but
yeah, there's public groups on there, and man, let me tell you, get in one of those. Every like 3 out of every 4 people that join is a bot of some sort trying to sell whatever.
All right, AutoCat, have yourself a good evening. I'm about ready to end this anyhow, so
yeah, I need to hop off here.
I'm getting tired. Got a lot of work to do yet this week. Need to edit some videos.
I
got the one. You're gonna want to watch the one for next week, though, for sure. That's a very. I'm not gonna say it's better than any of my other videos, but we did have something happen that's worth watching. So,
like Steve's Blue Shark.
A little different than that, but yeah, something out of the ordinary enough that it's worth watching.
All right.
So, I need to go catch up on all the comments from my video too, and you still haven't left a comment on it, have you?
I don't think so.
See what? Oh. All right, Joe. Have a good one. Yeah, shut her down and go leave comments back to everybody.
Sounds good. Say I'll jump on there in the morning.
Yep. All righty. Sounds good.
Later, man.
All right, later.
Later, all.
Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Catch you on the next one.